Do scriptwriters have a secret time machine, or is reality more complex than we think? Today we investigate the cracks within our timeline and history. Look closely at this crowd from 1941. Amidst the suits and vintage hats, one man wears a modern hoodie and carries a futuristic camera. We have always perceived time as a straight line, but these shocking pieces of evidence will make you question the very nature of our physical reality. How is it possible for ancient civilizations to depict technology that we only invented a few years ago? Is it coincidence or something far more mysterious? Buckle up as we count down 10 shocking secrets of time travelers caught on film, hidden in historical records that simply should not exist in our world. From mysterious devices in the hands of actors to modern rings found in untouched ancient tombs, the evidence is stacking up right before our very eyes. Is there a group of people moving through the shadows of time, leaving behind accidental clues of their presence in the most unexpected places of history? Prepare your mind for a journey through the impossible. Let us look at the first piece of evidence that baffled historians and technology experts alike. The year is 1928. In this footage from Charlie Chaplin's film, a woman is clearly seen holding a small device to her ear while talking. It looks exactly like a modern mobile phone. But wait, there were no cell towers or satellites in 1928. Who was she talking to? Skeptics say it might be a hearing aid, but she is laughing and responding to something. No hearing aid of that era required holding it like that. If it wasn't a phone, then what was it? This single frame has sparked decades of debate among paranormal investigators and historians across the entire world. 10 years later, in 1938, another piece of footage emerged from the DuPont factory. This time, the evidence is even more clear and undeniable. She is walking with her friends but is completely engaged in a conversation with a handheld wireless device. This was decades before the first cellular prototype. Her name was reportedly Gertrude Jones. Decades later, a relative claims she was testing a secret wireless phone prototype, but no records of this exist. Is it possible that these women were not from those eras? Or were they given technology by someone who had traveled back from our modern time? The lack of infrastructure makes these sightings impossible by our understanding of science. Yet, the visual proof remains etched into these historical celluloid film strips. Without a network, a phone is just a brick. This suggests that if they were travelers, they might have brought their own localized communication technology with them. But what happens when the evidence is not on film, but buried deep underground for hundreds of years? Our next secret takes us to China. In 2008, archaeologists opened a 400-year-old tomb from the Ming Dynasty that had been sealed and untouched since its creation. Inside, they found something that shocked the global scientific community. A small piece of metal that looked exactly like a modern Swiss watch ring. The word Swiss was clearly engraved on it. The problem? Switzerland didn't even exist as a nation when this tomb was originally sealed by the Ming. How could a modern piece of jewelry end up inside a sealed tomb that no human had entered for 4 centuries? It defies every logical explanation. Was it an accidental drop from a traveler visiting the past? Or does it prove that our timeline has been tampered with by those from the future? Moving from China to Egypt, we find more anomalies. The Temple of Seti I in Abydos contains carvings that look frighteningly familiar to us. Look at these shapes: a helicopter with rotors, a heavy tank, and even a futuristic jet. These were carved over 3,000 years ago by Egyptians. Skeptics argue it is just palimpsest, or overlapping carvings, but the precision of the helicopter shape is too accurate to be a simple accidental overlap. Did the ancient Egyptians see these machines in the sky? Or were they instructed on how to draw them by visitors who possessed this advanced technology? These out-of-place artifacts suggest that our ancestors weren't just imagining things. They were recording what they actually saw with their own 2 eyes. But it is not just objects that appear out of nowhere. Sometimes it is people who have no record of ever existing in our world. In June 1950, a man suddenly appeared in the middle of Times Square, New York. He looked utterly confused and terrified by his modern surroundings. He was wearing clothes from the late 1800s. Before he could explain himself, he was struck by a car and died instantly on the scene. Police found a copper token for a beer, a bill for a horse carriage, and a letter from 1876. All items were brand new. His name was Rudolph Fentz. Records showed he had disappeared in 1876 at age 29. He hadn't aged a single day in 74 years. Did Rudolph step through a rift in time in 1876, only to materialize decades later in a future that would eventually lead to his death? Fast forward to 2003. The FBI arrested a man named Andrew Carlson for the most suspicious winning streak in Wall Street history. Carlson started with just $800 and turned it into $350 million in only 2 weeks of high-risk stock trading. He never lost a single trade. When the SEC interrogated him, he gave a confession that no one was prepared to hear or believe at all. He claimed he was a time traveler from the year 2256. He said he couldn't resist the temptation to make some easy historical money. Before he could be prosecuted, Andrew Carlson vanished. He was bailed out by an unknown person and was never seen or heard from ever again. There was no record of his existence before his arrest. It was as if he had simply dropped into our time from the future and left. But sometimes time travel doesn't involve people moving, but information. Let us talk about the strange prophecies found in modern pop culture and media. The Simpsons is famous for predicting the future. From the Trump presidency to the discovery of the Higgs boson, they seem to know everything early. In 1995, they showed a smartwatch with full voice capabilities. This was 20 years before wearable tech became a reality for the general public. Are the writers of The Simpsons time travelers? Or do they have access to a classified document detailing the planned future of our world's history? Even movies like Back to the Future have predicted major sporting event outcomes with terrifying precision, years before the games were ever actually played. It is as if the creators are trying to warn us, or perhaps they are just leaving little Easter eggs for those of us who pay attention. Our next secret takes us to the World Cup in Chile, 1962. This piece of photographic evidence has left sports fans completely speechless. Look at his hands. He is holding what appears to be a modern smartphone to take a photo of the winning captain, Garrincha, after the final. There were no cameras that small or that shape in 1962. Every camera of that era required a bulky flash or a heavy box body. He even holds it with 2 hands, using his thumbs, exactly how we take photos today. Was he a tourist from our time visiting the past? Even further back, in a 1670 painting by Peter de Hoek, we see a scene that looks incredibly out of place for the era. The person standing is holding a small, thin object. Even Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, joked that he saw an iPhone in this old painting. While it is likely a letter, the way it is held and its glowing appearance makes it a perfect double for a modern smartphone in a past era. When these instances are viewed in isolation, they are curiosities, but when viewed together, they form a pattern that is very difficult to ignore. What else have we missed? How many more travelers are hiding in plain sight in the background of our most precious historical archive footage and films? They move through the shadows of history, perhaps observing the moments that shaped our world, while trying their best not to leave any digital footprints. From the time-traveling hipster of 1941 to the Wall Street traveler of 2003, the evidence for time travel is everywhere. Is our history a fixed record, or is it a dynamic, changing document that is constantly being edited by those who have mastered the fourth dimension? Science tells us time travel to the future is possible, but the past is a forbidden zone. Yet, these photographs tell a very different story. Are we being visited by our own descendants? Or are there rifts in the fabric of space-time that open and close without any warning to us? Each of these 10 secrets offers a glimpse into a world where the laws of physics are merely suggestions. The truth is much stranger than fiction. We have looked at the films, the artifacts, and the mysterious people who appeared from nowhere. Now, the final question remains for you to answer. Is time a secret that we are not yet supposed to understand? Are these travelers around us right now, watching our every move from the future? Our reality may just be one of many. These cracks in time are the only proof we have that we are not alone in this timeline. Do you believe in time travel? Or do you think these are all just incredible coincidences that our minds are trying to find meaning within? Share your theories in the comments below. We want to know what you think about these incredible historical anomalies and mysterious travelers among us. Remember, the past may not be as far away as you think. Thank you for watching this investigation. Keep your eyes open for more secrets.